The Visor. Episode 2. The Singers of Unbroken Silence. Sus. They're dangerous? Very. They were around in the early days of the Anarchy, a pseudo-religious group dedicated to widespread murder and mutilation. Amogus. Why? I mean, what's the point? Their stated purpose was to ensure that the word amogus was never spoken again. Each member, well, they made sure that they could keep silent even without the blindfolds. Everyone who wouldn't join them, they killed. They could take off the blindfolds? How? Maybe they could help us cut out their own tongues, Andrew. It was a ritual. Mute themselves, murder the rest, and silence will fall. Oh. And if they started up again, well, we just need to get out of the area as fast as possible. So we start to make our way slowly down the coast. It isn't long, however, before I feel the first patters of rain on my forearms, like tiny stinging insects. I see the sky above darken, and hear the rain grow stronger around us. Andrew has his blindfold off, looking out to sea. He twists his head around. That cave looks like amogus, but shelter. Blindfolds firmly affixed, we climb, painfully slowly, down to the shoreline and the dark hole which must be the cave. Even through the fabric, it looks so much like amogus to me that I only just managed to clap my mouth shut, the words screaming in my head like the storm that rages above us. God damn it! Who knows how long this will last? Nothing we can do. No point avoiding sus if we freeze to death out there. What? Nothing. How are we going to avoid them? It's going to be difficult. We should move mostly by night. When we camp, we need to check the area as thoroughly as possible. We can't see them, but they can see us. And they're very, very quiet. It is at this point, of course, that I notice the darker patch on the far wall of the cave. A patch with a shape that seems less and less like a hollow in the rock. Recognizing a human figure, a strangled amogus escapes my lips as the man begins to laugh, a high, twisted, throaty sound, the laugh of a man with no tongue. I hear footsteps at the mouth of the cave and see more figures approaching just before something hits me on the head. And I am silent. When I awake, it is to a splitting pain in my temple. My blindfold is still on, but through it I can see an orange light in the darkness. A bonfire, perhaps, bright in the shadows of night. To me, of course, it just looks like a pale visor on a black spacesuit. Amogus. Paulus? Andrew, you alright? Yeah, I think so. Trust me, you're both perfectly safe. Damn, who the fuck are you? I am the father. The leader, if you like, of this chapter of the Singers. You can talk. Are you, amogus, blindfolded? I was born blind, my son. I have never seen the visor or the legs for as long as I have lived. I have never spoken the forbidden word. I am free. Would you like to be free? I would, actually. Amogus, if you could just untie us. Of course. We just need your tongues first. Never. Certain? Because the other option is more complete. Fuck yourself. And you, Paulus? Yes, I know your name. Marauder of the Skeld. You ejected far more people than I've ever killed. Is this how you want to die? You heard the kid. Fuck yourself. Very well. Take off their blindfolds. No! The cloth slides roughly off my face, and by instinct I open my eyes wide. As I suspected, we are sat near a great bonfire. A dozen or so men are gathered around it, eating and gesturing at one another, all in utter silence. Before us squats an old man with a worn and tired face. His eyes are milky and unseeing. In his hand is a long, serrated knife. None of this is what I focus on, however. None of this is the horror that broke me. The bonfire is built around a great pole of wood. Bound tightly to the pole is the latest sacrifice of the Singers of Unbroken Silence. He is dressed in an antiquated spacesuit, which has been spray-painted head to toe with a vivid, bloody red. Cracks are spread across the visor like a vast, dead tree. The man's arms have been sawn off, and blood flows freely from the wounds, steaming and hissing in the roaring fire beneath. It is this sight, so horrifically similar to the image which has haunted my eyes for all my life, that shatters the weakening down of my psyche. I feel something in my mind shift and give way. Insanity is an almost welcome relief after such a long torment. The words now flow free and fast from my lips, unhindered by any attempt to stem them. Amogus, 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 amogus,
Paulus!
amogus, 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 amogus.